devised a different method where I can actually charge my phone while I'm streaming, but I decided, me and my brother, that I told him that I thought it might be easier if on my days that I work 12 hours, I just braided because honestly, sometimes I just rather braid or just play with my yarn. So we decided this might be better. All right, I'm trying to get somewhere to put this box here. I'll put this way up here. Okay. All right, I got the sparkly one here. See, I'm gonna have to try to find a color for this because I made a set here. And I promised another coworker. I made this set yesterday. I'm gonna start showing these. I made this yesterday, and I made a bracelet with it. I'm gonna see how these go. I'm thinking of using the same color yarn because it's almost the same color crystal as this. Oh my god, excuse me. But I braided this out for an extra cord, and then I put this one in here. I kind of like it. And it really didn't take too much effort. So I decided on the days that I work 12 hours, I'm just going to do braiding streams. Because a lot of my friends that help me out and are really cool people, I just make cords for and do the crystals because I like to and it's fun to me. Oh, God. Or probably made me sick too. I'm going to use the same color yarn which I used this, which I got it from work too, because there's just a lot of stuff people leave behind and nobody cares about. And it's very useful, and I like to donate it or use it or something. I don't like to throw away anything. Because it's a struggle in the world right now, my friends. It's a struggle.
I don't know if
What?
it was done or not.
I don't know. You just kept yapping, but yeah, I can smoke it right here. I mean, I'm on YouTube. It's not a crime to smoke weed over here. I do have It's Not for Kids. Oh, hi. Oh my god, I am not a model level. Come on now. I'm like 50 years old. I make I make
Here.
I make presents for my friends at this point. I'm like a teenager. Alright, I gotta braid this cord out. Well, I got someone else that wants a necklace. They seen this one, they got so excited. My other friend wanted one,
Well, getting popular with the.
but I told them how to do it. But they said they couldn't braid it like me. So now I'm braiding another one.
There you go.
Yeah, my friends enjoy my braiding so much. This is what happens. Oh, I'm from Ohio.
Me too, brother.
Oh yeah, well, I don't think I don't think God's ready for me because dying didn't go so well for me. I tried, but I every time I get sick, somehow a Dr. Kevorkian comes my way, and Jesus makes sure I live. So I think we're all good there. Oh, I'm Michelle. But yeah, I made this for my friends at work. I just like to do arts and crafts. I got a bad anxiety, bad, and braiding these little cords and painting and stuff helps me. But I made this set for my one friend at work, and I buy these on Amazon, and I think the A lot of times it's like maybe $20 and I get like 30 or 40 of these crystals. And I braid them into this, and I made an extra cord, and my friends were so excited. I'm making one of these for my scheduler at work, and another one for a cleaning lady, because sometimes when the residents are having a moment, or it is what it is when you get old, sometimes the bathrooms get blown up, and you have to have that. Swag like Ohio. I don't know what all that means. Oh, my husband is black, actually. Well, as for the whole thing going to hell, honestly, I think we're in hell. And I do have some friends, they're not, all my friends aren't weird, but most of them are. But I think we're in purgatory. If I was to have to name something of what we're in. And, okay. I have so much yarn, it's ridiculous. But I believe we're in purgatory. And I'm not saying this like I'm some kind of mademoiselle. I'm just saying, think about it. We got good, we got bad, we got prophecies, the end of the world prophecies going on these days. We just got a lot of things going on all at once, and it's allowed to be literally in one realm, if you think about it. And I like to think scientific about everything. Oh, well, thank you. No, I'm off work. I work at the hospital. They literally, I changed my schedule around because I was getting too stressed out. Because no matter what I do, no, he's right now he does apartment maintenance, and he's streaming right now. The husband, so he does he's a Twitch streamer, but he's always working. He always a lot of times has two jobs. Oh, well, I don't know about all that. It sounds kind of sexual there, so I don't be answering those kind of questions. But on a for real note, there's been a lot of people that I have come across in my life that has said this is purgatory. We got false gods going on. And I'm not saying the God that you're worshiping is the right one or a bad one. Who am I to judge? I mean, I like to. I do three chords. I braid together, but yeah, I mean, I'm not offending anybody's God, but I like to think scientific, and I like to think there's a reason why we are finding information out about black holes and intellectual things now. There's a purpose for everything and a time for everything. If you really think about the planets and space, it's very math based, all of them. And my ongoing theories, and I'm not a scientist, but scientists really do get offended from me a lot. They used to argue with me on Facebook a lot, the scientists. I had a volcano list because I thought, my bad, but I did think this, that the black holes, I think I took this, I should have smoked and came on. But, anyways, that's okay. I can always take it this way. But, I thought the black holes, there was at the time I was counting in my streams on Facebook, there was like 50 black holes, and I think I discussed this on the ones here. And because I'm very fascinated by Hubble, and I get a bunch of and I like to know what's up with space, because these black holes are terrifying. If you study the vortex of a black hole, it could suck in a whole fucking solar system. It's crazy. And I find it amazing in a time of such spiritual enlightenment with a lot of different people. And believe me, my friend, just because I say I can see energy does not mean I'm overly spiritual. It does not. Not at all. And in fact, it's the opposite. I'm not an atheist or this or that. All I know is I feel energy, and I want to know where and how it gets here. And I want to know about these alternate universes. So, I am a fan of Stephen Hawking. I love him. I do. He's he was he I'm going to miss him because he was one of the best minds, and he died. I mean, he devised a lot of stuff, and he was, I don't know, it was actually when that Hubble went up and they found out everything Stephen Hawking said was real and a possibility. It shook the whole scientific community. And I think instead of just saying, and I don't know if you guys get offended, the religious people, but so many religious people, if we put upon this on logical as standpoint and don't think about what mom and dad and everybody said, just what science correlates with math and coordinates and stuff. If you think about it in this matter, there's enough religions now that have got disturbed over all the events that have happened. And now all of a sudden we find out there are multiverses. And they think that the black holes somehow, they have a lot. They're like a big vacuums, and they have so much energy. They have more energy than they say. It's like a couple universes of energy in some of them, and they still don't know everything about multi universes. And I'm thinking God is in the Milky Way, and I think he's such a brute force up in that Milky Way. I think that's the thing that everyone's referring to when they pray. And if you think about the major spiritual temples of the world, like let's start at Rome, there's ley lines. And ley lines are energy sectors in the earth that are naturally reflect like a mirror from its core. And these are there all the time. And they're in major centers of the world. And I forgot the temple of the Middle East, where that huge stone is. That's very important to the whole solar system of ours. And then Rome, where all the Catholics go around and do weird things. And I'm Catholic, and I'm allowed to talk bad about Catholics if you're a Catholic. You really are. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that somehow the ley lines and the spiritual stuff that goes on with it has something to do with this energy that goes straight to the black hole. I mean, it could be high talk, but I'm thinking it could be a possibility. To have a possibility of something is very important. If you think about it, I mean, I'm gonna probably only live like another 50 years, possibly maybe 55, 60. I don't know. But in 60 years, I'd like to know as much as I can in the meanwhile of things. And that's what I mean. That's why I think, and I try to research all these little energy levels. I really do. Because we all go on, our body is always stimulated by different energy sources. And our brain is very powerful because, oh God, see, now I gotta go back here. There we go. But our bodies are we don't use all the capacity of our brain. That's the thing. And our brain, some people have enhanced brain activity, which I feel these would be scientists. But maybe the higher power in the Milky Way somehow does this and works at certain parts of the earth. And now, if you think about it, we're at a spiritual height, and there's a lot of change going on. So you just never know. It's very interesting. But I do like to investigate these little things because before I die, I want to know I made a difference to maybe one day better the earth in somehow, way, shape, or form. If it's making people nicer, if it's encouraging somebody with a kind word, because you just never know when you're gonna die. So many of my friends just be on death's door all the time, and then some people like me seem to get sick all the time here and there, but we're okay in the meanwhile. Life is a big mystery, it's a puzzle. And sometimes you got to think of it logically and step aside and forget about what everybody told you and have your own opinion about things. I feel people sometimes are a slave to, I guess, a slave to society because we're born to say one thing, and the free thinkers sometimes are chastised in society. And I am a free thinker. I really am a free thinker. And I like to think scientifically about things because I like to know what really is real. Because I believe sometimes that our mind, I think, just relays different energy a different way, and things and people kind of influence that, how it's received, that message. Because it's there. The Bible is energy. People, and we give off energy. We do. And when you pray, you give off a lot of energy. Or if you're real hopeful about something and you think about something enough, you give out energy. Energy is the core of our being, really. I mean, some of us are lucky enough in our DNA to live longer and some aren't, but most likely, I mean, I don't know offhand the statistics of the oldest person, but the oldest living person, but you figure, I'm not really sure if I want to live past 105. I've seen a good 101 in my line of work, 102 and 103, depending on how I could chew. But even after that, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think it's better to be at some point in your existence, do what you can, and just be reborn again and hope that The energy you put in comes out, and instead of thinking about I gotta go visit this holy land and that holy land, just try to do good things. Because really, I everything's like a battery field if you think about it. We're conductors to energy because our brain is full of synapses and all this energy. So if you're constantly giving off negative energy, you're constantly receiving negative energy. And when you receive negative energy, you're given negative energy and you're attracting more negative energy. And if you think about it, I don't know, it's just kind of sucks to put you through that. And if you want, and you want to do this halfway, like I'm holding this and I'm doing this, and then there's a long way here. So I'm going to keep going with this. You want to do midway with this. I messed up like two necklaces and made one shorter and one longer doing this, so it was not fun to mess up that bad trying to braid your cord. So I just say this because I never heard of this stuff. I just kind of came upon this braiding things into things because I just like yarning. It just makes me happy. But I'm gonna end this here because it's kind of like in the middle because I need this other to be long too because I don't know how where they want to hang their crystal and all that. So I like to make it a little long so they can dictate whoever I give this to how long they want it and all that good happy stuff. But anyways, you just take this and on the middle string right here, and if you could braid here, you can do this. You can totally do this. Alright, I take in the middle and put it here. Because we're gonna just braid this into this cord. This way I don't have to worry about always going to a store. Because I have went taking my brother taking me to go buy cord. And we went to like 4 or 5 different stores, and it is really hard to find cord for your necklaces. Especially around COVID, it was not easy. And sometimes even now, we got a terror for, we got a lot of stuff going on, which means if you needed to get twine or cord and stuff, it's going to be hard for you. So you don't want to really have to always depend on that. I had to call Amazon today. I got this stuff. It's supposed to be an extract to help your keep your brain sharp. And I was so excited. I came home after a 12-hour shift. And I literally was like, oh God, I can put this in my drinks, I can have and blah, blah, blah. My package was torn, but I did order some laundry soap too, but my package was torn a little bit, a tear, and I didn't, and my little complex, my dietary complex thing that they have over here is on Amazon wasn't in there. I was trying to get them just to send me another one, but I finally got a hold of customer service because I love Amazon. I've said this in a lot of my live streams. During COVID, I spent $400 a month at Amazon. Because during COVID, the people that were actually working, like moi, because I never stopped working, they they got more money. We all got more money. The ones that had to work. So, and I never left my job, which was crazy, but yeah, at that time I had a lot of extra money and they never increased my rent or nothing, so I just spent $400 a month on Amazon. I would buy contraband for all the residents, like, because some of them wanted goodies, this and that, and you would have to go through a big security clearance. But if you already were a worker, and I worked in bubbles, I just brought it in. So I would just have like a whole garbage bag, like a grocery bag full publish stuff all the time, and me and Amazon became best friends. We truly became best friends about that time. So this is why I always say I need to do Amazon commercials. I think I do. And then I was talking to my friend Ann. She's a really good artist. She's not like me, where I sketch things and I do it. I'm not horrible. I do it at a decent level. I'm fair. But am I great? No. But the thing she's been sketching and stuff. She's like, a little older than me. She's like, I don't know, like something like 56 or something. But she don't really have good use of her hands, and she told me I should do a children's book. She said I my drawing is good enough for a children's book. So maybe I will use the AI when I get my computer, which will be super soon. And I'll just use the AI picture for the raven and the storm coming in, because I'm not ready for something a painting that deep for like a year. Because I've only been self teaching myself how to sketch and paint. And I do get tips from my friends that are, some of them that are professional painters and stuff. I do have professionals that I do because that I like get advice from, because I mean, if you're a master at your craft, I don't judge people. I'm not jealous, but I get advice from people that are beneficial. So, and somebody that can literally take their wedding photo and make a painting of it and make it look exactly like the wedding photo. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is like amazing painting. I I need I need about 2 years of practice for that. But I'm thinking about doing my own illustrations for the children's book, and I'm gonna do me and Chong's adventures, because you, when I open my account on Amazon, I can do, like, when your downloads could be more than one book a month. I could be working on my bigger books, and I could, like, because I'm thinking about, like, maybe Monday or Tuesday or one of those days I'm always off, like, just start doing illustrations and for my book, because when you do digital you can take pictures of your sketch, and when you take pictures of your sketch, if you're doing it for illustration for a book, you can use it and have your own artwork. And because when I would go to self-publishing through Amazon, where I still owe it, I own it, and I would have to pay on it. That's why I have to work. I mean, a lot of times when you're a writer, you get to put your own money towards things. It really sucks. That's why they call it starving artists. It's not one of these professions that you could just, I don't know, just bam, I got extra money. You just can't do that. Even Stephen King had to save up money to get his first book published. And I'm doing it, and I'm making a decent enough amount of money where I'm able to start putting stuff away. And I'm going to probably create the account, and I think it's a monthly maintenance fee, and you could give them more than one book a month. Sometimes they recommend like smaller books. What's a children's book would qualify, and I could practice my children's book illustrations over here. That's what I'm thinking. And my friend even told me, since I'm a way better writer than I'm a painter, friend. Oh my god, I'm not so, but I'm trying to, like, I do one ballad lines for my inspirationals, and those are my words, not AI, because I have been in the writing game for a long time. since I was 9 years old, friends, and I'm 50. I love language. I love everything about it. And I just have a passion for English. I don't know why. I just do. I love it. I just find it a very different kind of language. It's not quite, I want to say, the most romantic language. Everyone says French, but no, not so much. Latin can be very pretty. Yes, I do like Latin. It is very beautiful, but it's more, I don't know, it just sounds like when you hear somebody talking Latin, it just sounds important. It's one of those languages that truly sound important, Latin. It's a sophisticated language, I like to call it. But I don't know, Italian is very pretty. I like it because it's very smooth sounding. And when you're half deaf, things like this are important if it's smooth sounding and not. So, but did I do it again? I think I did. Okay, I did this again, but this is the easy fix. It's a little bit this way. So where this slip knot is, you could I could do a slip knot over this. But it has to be even on both ends. And the kind of one I use this multicolored yarn that actually changes colors with each of the colors on one string. And it does make things easier. Alright, now we're going to do another slip knot this way. And when you take this, you're going in and pulling under. See, if you take, I knit. So things like this come real easy because when you knit, it's like that. See, now this is better. I created another slip knot this way. So, because you got to reinforce everything with slip knots. And I tell you, they're the most pain in the ass thing to do. They really are. I'm not going to lie. When I first was refreshing myself, because I didn't knit for like 5, 6 years, something like that. It was a while since I knitted, and I had to reintroduce myself to her because you got to refresh it because you like. It's really weird when you do arts and crafts or ones. Okay, it was over here. But anyways, when you do arts and crafts, sometimes you forget, and you just gotta get yourself into practice. So I'm sitting and watching all these videos after video about slip knots, and it was very annoying. And and it is once you doing slip knots and getting little things, learning these things really can open up your avenues of what kind of arts and crafts you're able to do. And some of them are useful and really fun. And everyone likes a damn necklace. I don't care. Even men like this. I have men that are wearing crystal necklaces. This is a hot item these days. It's crazy. People from my work love that. It's probably because I'm a knitter. They turn out so good. I don't know. But you're taking this and you're going out and under here. But there are some knitters that I watch over here on YouTube, and some of them are so good. I gotta actually start brushing up on some of my crocheting. I'm not at a good level with crocheting, not at all. But I have so many people requesting me to make them crystals and stuff. But I was thinking, since everybody loves having a crystal necklace, why not have a bracelet? And these bracelets, after I'm done braiding this, I'll show you. These bracelets are pretty nice because you can wrap them around or use them as an extra cord. So I figured in the set, when I give my friends stuff, I could just include it in the set. and it actually makes the crystals look nice. And these are the cheaper crystals, so you got to spruce up the package a little. Kind of like when you go out and you put some perfume on, and this is the same thing with necklaces, and you could do it with the basic material of yarn. This is why I love yarn. Yarn could be anything. You couldn't even. I was thinking about even. I'm thinking about today making a yarn. I thought I took this out. Where the hell did I put it? Well, I'm thinking about making a yarn ring and see how that goes too. But I got the yarn brace. I'm gonna make it set. I'm gonna make myself a yarn ring to see about that. I love to mess around with yarn. It's my favorite thing. It actually makes me feel happy, and I just come up with these projects and people like them. I'm gonna make a yarn ring for my pinky that I messed up. I fell down like a bunch of stairs. They didn't reinforce the steps at my old place. It was ridiculous. I could have sued them, but I didn't. I mean, we're just suing get you. So I just let it go. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you worry about one injury, you're going to get another one anyways. I got fixed up, but I was thinking if I had like a really cool yarn ring on it, maybe I can invent yarn rings because I like rings, but sometimes with rings that I don't like is that rings always are getting messed up, or you just want to wrap around one thing in your finger, or maybe somebody has a bum finger like me and they just want finger support. So I was thinking about yarning out some of them. And you can get different kinds of yarn. You really, really can. You just got to see. I like the thinner yarn, especially with the cords. The thicker yarn sometimes isn't really good with cords. I don't feel it is. I feel this kind of yarn's better. You want the more coarse it is, the better. And if you were doing a blanket or some sorts or something like that, you want the fluffier yarn. But twine is good, or just a real like thinner yarn one. There because you want to have that appearance of a cord. So it's important. Texture is just important as anything else. I mean, those are just true facts. But I'm gonna just take this just as a plain cord and just do that. And then this is an extra cord because people don't know how to make these, and somehow they think a machine always has to make them. A machine doesn't always have to make these. They absolutely don't. People can make things. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with trying to make your own stuff. Because if you can make your own stuff, you become popular and people like the stuff you have because you know that people like to go shopping to get pretty things. So if you can make the pretty things, why not? And it's cheap. I mean, my God. I mean, I they were just going to give away this. I got that for absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I'm making something out of nothing. So that's honestly a good thing. Because in these kind of times, you might as well make a good something out of nothing. And sometimes a beautiful thing comes out, like beautiful necklaces and things like that. But this is what I do to relax in my evening. I'm sitting here braiding cords. So it's okay. I do have fun with this and I enjoys it. But yeah, I it wasn't a kind of it's been I mean the weekend seems like it's over, but the excitement just kind of built. One of my friends that works with me, she apparently was fighting with another coworker. And I guess there was a lot of words and they both got suspended. I don't particularly like this lady. I try not to feel ill for anything, but all I know is maybe she should have said her words somewhere where the boss wasn't listening. I mean, to me, even though we didn't get along, she still had bills. See, if you mess up, go here and then you go back a little bit in this row, and you're gonna make mistakes sometimes. And then you pull this here, pull that cord there. There we go. And then you start here because you don't want to break. You don't want a breaking point in this cord. You want it to stay solid. So I'm just moving this here. I'm almost done with this, and then I'm going to braid myself a ring while I'm at it. But oh, I feel like I'm doing a long one, just in case they have just extra cord if they want to shorten it or whatever, or wrap it around something. Everybody seems to like these, and it literally takes me nothing but time. But I could be sitting around being anxious, or making my time productive and getting rid of my stress. And every time you weave, you get rid of your stress. Or my favorite's knitting, but apparently cannot. I mean, maybe I can knit this, but it's easier. But everybody keeps asking me for cords, and since I really it doesn't take me hardly much any money to do this, and it's something that calms me. I don't know. I just don't charge. To me, it's a gift, and it gets out when I need to get out. So, if you suffer from any kind of depression or anything, maybe just do things with your hands and do things that makes your brain think about something else except for what's on your mind. And I do this a lot because we had a friend. He kept himself under a lot of stress and he was having some marital problems. And he's about my age, honestly, and he ended up having a stroke. And the thing is I guess maybe before you're 50, you really don't think about things like this too much, but things happen, and when they happen quick, and most likely you're not going to die immediately. And you may, if you mess up your body too bad, they are going to save you. But you may not walk, you may be in a wheelchair. So he put a lot of stress on his heart. He probably had some underlying issues also, but his wife and him are arguing and a stress over, oh God, of course it has to do this. Stress over a long period of time can create this, and it can give you. So you gotta pull the strings out like this, and you pull over like that. But prolonged stress over long periods of time can be very harmful, and you could be sitting in the hospital with a stroke. And these are things that happen to people every single day. So, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I just live life and hope for the best. But I do see these kind of situations every day. So I'm grateful for what I get. And I'm grateful to be working the weekend. So I'm out of a lot of the drama. People kind of forget I exist a lot of times. And I'm really totally okay with it. Because there's another girl, Michelle, that works at my job. And I guess apparently she's doing really bad things like being rude to other workers. Apparently she's nice to the residents, but some of the people I work with are horrible. I'm not gonna lie. They truly are horrible, some of them. So I'm saying possibly, I don't know. But yeah, and they think I'm her all the time, and I was on this horrible ass unit where I had to do a lot of mechanical lifts. I had assignment, and there's just a lot of obnoxious family members and stuff on my one assignment I had all the time. And it went around to the boss since this girl is like, she's like 35 or something like that, but she doesn't look like me at all. She has blonde hair and she's heavier set, but we have the same name. And I was the only Michelle that worked there, but now there's another one. But my boss thinks that she's me and I'm her. So she's getting credit for having good work, and I'm getting the credit for being on easier units. So Karma kind of stepped in by, I guess, blessing me with more money and easier work. And then somehow the person that's doing the least work is still has a job, but she hates the floor and she's just rebelling because the people I work with can be horrible to each other. And again, they're nice to the residents. It's just to each other. It's weird. It's very weird. So I guess that's where we're at with that. And they probably are making me sick again because we had the flu that was going around. Then we had pneumonia that was going around. And then a couple people got COVID here and there. I had so many shots of damn COVID. I feel like I drank a whole thing of Corona. I don't wear a mask when I need to because I got all of those backup shots, and one of the nurses are telling. We're saying that they're paranoid. Some of the people I work with about shots, and they were trying to tell me that those shots had COVID. Yeah, they do have COVID in it. Yeah, and they was like, "Oh, and I think it has AIDS and this and that." I was like, "No, it absolutely does not." Because I had each and every one of these suckers, and I didn't have any problems. I really didn't. So I don't know. I had all the boosters, everything, so I don't wear a damn mask. If anything, I get a common cold. I do. I feel like crap, but I'm able to work. I'm not in a damn hospital or nothing. I'm not. And the crazy thing is, the people that are younger than me are the ones that are getting sicker than me. I mean, I'm talking sicker than me. They be really bad off. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. Sometimes the younger people are sicker than the older people. All right, so we got this to this set, and I got this. So there's two cords. But I'm going to braid myself. I wanted to experiment with making a yarn ring. I think this would be fun. On my injured finger would be nice. And I'm thinking if I do that, it might be fun. And I can do that. But I get 3 strings. Just get 3 strings of the same color. All you gotta do. I mean the same size here. Sorry. Well, you could pick any color you want technically. That doesn't even. That's not even an issue. But I'm gonna see if this is more of a ring or a bracelet at this length. I'm gonna experiment with lengths of these. Alright, I'm gonna do a slip knot right here. I want to get these slip knots in. There we go. Just try to do it right. I'm gonna try to just get this to where. Let me see here. Alright, I want it to start here. Go here. Go there. It's kind of what I wanted to do to help support my thing. I think this might be good for finger support because I'm keeping this. Especially like maybe when I'm doing my arts and crafts when I'm doing a lot of the weaving. So my hands don't hurt and stuff. As anybody that has done any kind of hair braiding knows that your hands hurt. And my one friend that's an excellent painter, her painter days are done because of her hands. So I'm hoping this works and kind of works on things here. Alright. There you go. I try to start this out very good, and it can't be loose at the end. It can't. Because then it starts like not being, it looks more like it's falling apart then. And that's really not what you want. It's not. And then you just try to get that little part there done. There you go. And this just is holding this still so you can get a tight braid. That's all it is. And I use it for everything. Like I said, I use it for my sketching. I use it for my painting. And I swear to God, I went to Mark's and I spent $10 for like more than one. It was like 8 of them. These little foam mats. It was supposed to be for kids. But man, they have changed my life. They have made my arts and crafts incredible. Incredible, I tell you. They really have. Alright. See, I've been looking for pinky rings ever since I injured my finger. And I swear it's like a needle in the haystack trying to find the right one. And I've been everywhere trying to find these. I've been to spiritual shops and everything, and if you get a regular ring, it hurts and gets stuck. But yarn never will. So why not make yarn rings? And you can wrap them. You can wrap them around your. I'm just figuring I'll experiment and maybe I'll think of these and maybe start a thing. Maybe start, do a bracelet and a yarn ring. Or you can use it as a bracelet. This might be good bracelet length. But I have seen this at shops. And people are doing this, so. Figure I might as well practice on my yarning too. So I figure on the days I'm not working, instead of you guys wondering what the hell I'm doing, I could be here practicing my yarn because this is what I do. And then I got a whole 12-hour shift tomorrow. But at least a lot of my problems are taken care of. And that's okay. That's good. And I always give somebody a present, and it makes my day a little bit better. I've been giving crystals all around the facility and paintings, and people are actually really nice to me. Because when you work with a bunch of women, it's not fun sometimes. And we'll take you out in a minute, Chong, okay? Let me finish the straight. But I figured I had to come here, and then I'm probably going to have to braid more yarn tomorrow. It is what it is there. Because I'll probably need more of these sets done. But I do want to have, once I get a couple of these braided out, I would like to get to my painting eventually. It's just sometimes I have so many things crammed up, I just don't have time to always paint. I wish I did like my friend on TikTok, but I don't. Alright, I'm going to end this here. I'm going to take this here, and you wrap it. I wrap it around my finger, and you just bring it under. And I know it sounds crazy, but then you go like that, and as this is nice and loose, you're just pulling up, and you can pull down a little, and then you just play with it, but keep it kind of loose while you're doing that. And I'm seeing here. See, this is good bracelet length right here. This is excellent bracelet length. Excellent. But I'm going to see if it helps my damn finger, because my finger has problems. And sometimes, since I broke my finger, this might help me. And I do wash my hands a lot, and it's okay. And this might actually just help my life a little. Give me finger support a little bit. Just hold it up a little. This might help me. I mean, this might be something that, or residents might benefit from. Who knows? That's where these damn residents. It's like once y'all become once you join the nursing community, you never leave. This is true. Even though I'm here on YouTube, my job told me I'm not allowed to leave, even if I become a big YouTuber, because I'm still part of that community too. And honestly, I'm always gonna be. I mean, and I don't know, for some reason nurses sit there and they talk about a wound, how it was oozing and all that, and then we move about our business like it's normal talk. I don't know if I can get along with normal people all the time sometimes. I'm so used to talk about weird things around lunchtime. Like if someone had a shit attack or something. This is what we talk about before we eat. I mean, and it doesn't bother us. That's the crazy thing. Also, we'll talk about how someone, about someone's shit, and then go eat our lunch. But it's who we are. So that's nice. That's like a little. I didn't have to buy this, and it's like a little arm brace. I don't know. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. You know what I could do is tuck this under here and have a finger brace, and I can make you use this for a bracelet length also. A bracelet length would be nice. Okay. There you go. See, now my fingers staying up instead of drooping down too much. It's staying up now. It actually feels a lot better. See, I did something smart today. I'm very proud of myself. Maybe one day I'll invent this. Hand sewn things. See, sometimes if you just use your brain, you can solve a lot of your own problems. You just gotta be able to think outside the box. I think outside the box sometimes too much in life. Around so many different types of people, it's crazy. Yeah, that is not bad. My finger actually feels pretty good like this. I've been looking for a good finger brace for a while. And this is a perfect material because it's yarn. Okay, it's holding it up. I could just make one of these for myself, and I can have a couple of these on hand. Like I could use this tomorrow. And then I don't gotta worry about my hands getting. And then if my hands get swollen, I could just cut it off. It's easier to cut off yarn than anything. It truly is. Yeah, I could make all kinds of necklace rings. See, this is nice. It's like looks like a little ring, and there could just be rings. And I could do like different types. I'll start yarn rings. This is what I mean. You can get very creative with yarn. But I'm gonna end the stream because I finished my yarn ring, my bracelet, and the necklace. So I'm doing very good today, and I will see you tomorrow doing more yarn work. And now I have 2 of these done. So I'm doing very well today. I had to put another bag there and then get 2 sets done. And I will see you guys tomorrow after work. And I hope if you did subscribe, keep in mind that I'm very random. So you'll know when I come on because I have a weird work schedule. And I will talk to you tomorrow and have a good day.